Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now we continue with the next part of the integration. Now it is the integrations of a x to the power of n. Previously we just solved something that without the coefficient it is only x to the power of n dx. Okay, we settle on this. So without any coefficient, then we just can directly adding the index, right? Okay, plus 1 and then divide with the new index plus c. Now we have some features, some additional things that we have in the equation. We have this a. Okay, it is also direct things, simple things. With this a in front of the term, the idea is still adding this index with 1. Adding this index with 1, remain the a value, and then divide with this n plus 1 plus c. With the conditions that n cannot be equals to negative 1. Why? If negative 1 plus 1, then the function becomes undefined. We can find that kinds of integration that involve the learned function, but we won't cover in this subject, right? Okay, so for this one, kalau tadi kita dah settlekan untuk x kuasa n. X kuasa n tak ada apa-apa nombor, tak ada apa-apa coefficient kat depan. So x kuasa n tambah 1 bahagi n tambah 1 tambah c. So now kalau lah ada apa-apa nilai a kat depan ni, a can be any number, any constant, any value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sampai 10, tak kisah berapa pun nilai dia. Okay, so you just remain this a in front of the term and then doing the process of integration sama macam tadi. N tambah 1 bahagi dengan n tambah 1 tambah c. Okay, so it is quite straightforward, I think. Then we just want to apply this to this example 3 first. So this example 3, integrations of 2x to the power of 4. Okay, so it should be 2x to the power of 4 plus 1, it is 5. Divide with 5 plus c. That's the things. We just remain that 2 in front of the term. So when we have this one, 2x to the power of negative 4 plus 1, negative 4 plus 1, then you will get negative 3. So x to the power of negative 3 divide with negative 3 plus c. So this one, like the previously, we need to change this index to positive, but these two will remain. Okay, these two remain as the numerator. Divide with 3x to the power of 3 plus c. Okay, so this is the answer. So noted that kalau ada apa-apa coefficient kat atas ni, masa kita nak tukar x kuasa 3 ni ke bawah, okay, x kuasa 3 je turun. 2 ni akan remain dekat atas. Kalau you turunkan 2 kat bawah juga, so 2 ni dah jadi index negative 1. So dah salah. Alright. Okay, and the last one, okay, for this example, before we want to integrate, it is easier if you need to change the function to index notation. So it should be the integrations of 2 x to the power of 1 over 4 dx. Okay, now we will integrate. Okay, so the same thing, x 1 per 4 tambah 1. 1 per 4 tambah 1, 4 tambah 1 kita dapat 5. 5 per 4 bahagi dengan 5 per 4. Okay, tambah c. Okay, so this one we need to simplify this 4. 4 ni, you akan naik ke atas. Okay, so 2 ni 2 yang asal. Okay, 2 ni dah ada 2 yang asal. And then you akan naikkan dekat nilai 4 ni. Okay, so it will be multiplication. Okay, multiply with 4 over 5. Okay, so dia akan darab dengan 4 over 5. Okay, so I think I will put it in terms of, okay, this is one term. Okay, multiply with 4. And then you ada x 5 per 4. Okay, bahagi dengan 5. Tambah c. Okay, so this 4 and 2, then you will get 8 x to the power of 5 over 4 divide with 4 plus c. Okay, so this is how we can solve for the problems on differentiation when it involve x to the power of 3 with 2 with the coefficient. This one also with the coefficient with the negative index, and the third example is with the coefficient with the index of fraction, index dalam bentuk pecahan. Okay, so if you noted previously, we just solve for the single problem, one term, satu sebutan sahaja, right? Ni satu sebutan, ni satu sebutan, satu sebutan. So what happens when you are given equation more than one term? Okay, more than one term meaning that maybe this equation given plus 3x to the power of 4, to the power of other than 4 lah, okay, to the power of 3 and so on. Minus, okay, plus and minus punya operation together attached with the equation. Okay. So for that kind of problems, still you are going to integrate the same way as we discussed previously. But you just need to note that integrate that term by terms. Okay, so let's check. Okay, this is the things we have in example 4. Now let's discuss example 4. Okay, so what we have here, combinations of the terms. Okay, so this example with the first term, second term, and the third term. Okay, so first maybe we can analyze the problems. So given is 2x to the power of 4. This one is the things you can do direct integration. And this one given in terms of fraction. And the index here, the x variable is as the denominator. So for this kind of equation, you need to change this to index, negative index first. Okay, and the third is given root of x in terms of radical. So this is also you need to change to index notation. Okay, so bila you ada soalan tu, yang ni dah nampak dah, ni boleh direct integration. Okay, 2x kuasa 5 bagi 5. Okay, senang. Tapi yang ni tak boleh nak integrate lagi. Sebab apa? Sebab dia nampak a bit complicated. Tapi tak pun, you kena tukar dulu x kuasa 2 ni kepada index x kuasa negatif 2. Yang ni pun sama, punca kuasa x. So, kena tukar dulu punca kuasa x ni kepada x kuasa 1/2. Lepas dah tukar semua tu, baru integrate. So, jangan integrate separuh-separuh. You akan buat silap dalam dia punya steps. Unless you nak split kepada 3 integral. Okay. But, I think my suggestion is, you can change the notation first. So, just copy for this 2x to the power of 4 because we don't want to integrate yet. So this one, the index to x to the power of negative 2, and the third term change to x to the power of 1/2 dx. So please note that once the sign of integral is still here and dx is still here, meaning that we didn't integrate the terms, any of the term, nothing. So now we will do the integration steps. So noted that integration will plus 1 and then divide with the new index. Okay, this is the idea that you need to remember. So that 2x to the power of 4 become 5. Divide with 5 now. And this one x to the power of negative 2. Negative 2 plus 1, then you will get negative 1. Negative 1 divide with negative 1 minus x 1/2 plus with 1. Okay, another way to write 1 is actually 2/2, right? 2/2 is equals to 1. So now you can directly get this is 3/2. 3/2 divide with 3/2. Then don't forget plus c because this is indefinite integral. Okay, with that, we can now check on any of the things we can simplify. The first term is nothing we can do, we just copy. The second term, if you noted this is plus and this is minus. So we need to settle for this operation. Negative, positive, then it will become negative. And this is also in terms of negative index, we need to change to positive index. So it is 1/x. Okay. And this one minus, make sure that you know these two can be goes up and multiply with x. So it should be 2x to the power of 3/2 divide with 3 plus c. Okay, so we settle for the first example. Now continue with the second question. Analyze the function given first. Okay, so this is x plus 1 with 2x minus 3 given in terms of 2 factor. So we cannot do direct integration. We need to expand these terms by term. So it should be integration of x with this 2x. Then you will get 2x squared. Okay. Then you have this x with 3 minus 3x. Next is 1 and 2. Here you will get plus 2x. And the last one should be 1 and negative 3 minus 3 dx. Now check if any terms that we can simplify. So you can see that the same term that we have is -3, and here is positive 2. Okay, with the variable of x only. Okay, so we can simplify that one first. -3 plus 2, it is -1, -x minus 3 dx. Okay, so kita nak kena expand dulu setiap sebutan yang ada dekat sini. X darab dengan 2x, you dah dapat 2x kuasa 2. X dengan -3x, you dapat -3x. 1 and 2x kat sini dapat 2x, and then 1 dengan -3 ni dapat -3 dx. Okay, so tengok yang mana ni x kuasa 2 tak ada kan, ada 1 je, so salin je. Ni you ada x, ni ada x, so ni boleh simplify, boleh permudahkan. -3 tambah 2, you dah dapat -1. -3 kat sini salinlah sebab dah tak ada apa nak kena simplify. So ni dah sebutan yang kita nak integrate sekarang ni. So now you can continue with the integration. So 2x2 will give you 2x3, 2x to the power of 3 over 3, and this is x to the power of 2 over 2, and this is constant. Noted that constant 3 will become 3x. Now this is plus c. So checking for any terms that we can simplify, this 2 over 3, nothing, 1 over 2 and 3. So this is the final answer. We cannot simplify any of the terms. Now let's continue with the next example. Now given to you in terms of fraction. Okay, given to you in terms of fraction. Okay, so we need to simplify this one first. This is actually equals to, we can split into 3 terms. 3x cubed over x square minus 2x square over x square plus with 1 over x square dx. Okay, we need to split and then simplify first before we start with the integration steps. So the first term you can simplify is, okay, as you can see here, you have x to the power of 3, this is x to the power of 2. So 3 minus 2, the index there left is 1, 3x to the power of 1. And then if you noted here, x to the power of 2 and x to the power of 2. So these two obviously can be cancelled out, so just left 1. And the third term, okay, we just have x to the power of 2 as denominator. So change the index to negative form, x to the power of -2 dx. Okay, so now just integrate. Bila dah tukar semua ni, now dah selesaikan, bahagikan kepada 3 sebutan, simplify. Ni 1, 2, 3, you simplify. Okay, ni dapat 3x, 3 tolak 2. Ni dapat 2, settle yang ni. Ni tukar kepada index notation, negative index. So now integration of 3x dapat 1 tambah 1, okay, index baru dia 2. 2 constant, ingat constant kalau integrate dapat 2x. And this one is x to the power of -2. So kalau -2 tambah 1, you dapat -1. Okay, tambah c. So is there any terms you can simplify? Obviously yes, you can simplify for this one. Okay, so we'll make it for this one, you just copy. And this is plus and minus. So it will become minus. Ni negative index tukar kepada positif. 1 per x. Okay, hopefully you can get the idea. Finding the integration for the basic function. Okay, basic function first we have is x to the power of n. Okay, first tadi kita dah cover untuk x kuasa n sahaja. And second, kita ada untuk constant, integrations of a. Okay. And the third is we have integration of ax to the power of n. Okay. So, at least kalau you dah boleh master macam mana nak integrate the 3 terms ni, apa-apa soalan yang datang dekat you, you boleh integrate. Okay. Kenapa I cakap this is a basic integration? Because we have another term, the one that integration by substitution. That one is, yes, involved with the a bit complicated function. Okay, so bila you dah master yang ni, dah fahamkan betul-betul topik ni, so that nak pergi kepada integration by substitution tu, insyaAllah boleh faham.